One name in Sith history stands out for defying the norm and bringing radical change: Darth Bane. What could drive a single Sith to rebel against the entire order? This mystery unfolds through a journey filled with struggle, revelation, and an insatiable thirst for power. Seeking true knowledge of the dark side, he discovered truths that upended his beliefs, challenging his understanding and steering him toward a destiny that would reshape the dark side and forever alter the future of the Sith Order. Darth Bane's journey began not in the halls of the Sith Academy, but in the harsh Cortosis mines of Apprentice. Born as Dessel, he labored under the weight of an abusive father and grueling work. Born into a life of hardship, Dessel harbored a simmering anger and an unrecognized connection to the Force. This latent power finally erupted in a deadly confrontation with Galactic Republic soldiers, forcing him to flee the planet to avoid arrest. With the help of a friend, Dessel found a new destiny among the Sith, joining the Brotherhood of Darkness. Under the charismatic leadership of Lord Khan, the Brotherhood sought to unite the fractured Sith factions during the waning years of the new Sith Wars, waging an unrelenting campaign against the Jedi and the Galactic Republic. Dessel quickly proved his worth, rising through the ranks to become a sergeant in the elite Sith unit known as the Gloomwalkers. His natural aptitude for combat, amplified by his connection to the Force, earned him the respect of his comrades and the ire of his commander Eulabor. His actions during battles, like the one on Kashyyyk, demonstrated his leadership and skills, often at great personal risk. The turning point came during the Battle of Fasira, where a suicidal order from Eulabor prompted Dessel to take control, saving his unit by knocking out his superior and leading the charge himself. Blinded by a flash grenade, Dessel discovered he had the ability to see his enemies through the Force, striking them down with lethal precision. Facing severe punishment for his insubordination, Dessel's fate took a dramatic turn when Sith Lord Copex intervened, recognizing his potential. Copex offered him a place at the Sith Academy on Korriban, where Dessel shed his old identity and embraced a new name: Bane. At the Sith Academy, Bane, now free from his past life, immersed himself in the teachings of the dark side. The Academy's archives, filled with the history and philosophy of the Sith, captivated him. However, the Brotherhood discouraged the study of these texts, seeing them as relics of a bygone era. Bane shifted his focus to hone his physical and Force abilities, but the seeds of doubt had been planted, and he quickly surpassed many students who had been trained in the Force since childhood. Bane's deepening understanding of the Force often clashed with the teachings of the Brotherhood, culminating in a duel where his uncontrolled rage led to the death of a fellow student. This incident, though earning him the favor of Lord Cortus for his raw power, left Bane troubled. His actions were not driven by the dark side, but by personal fear and anger. Disillusioned, Bane returned to the archives, seeking answers beyond the Brotherhood's limited teachings. He learned of a time when the Sith were led by those bearing the title Darth, a tradition Lord Khan had forbidden to prevent infighting. Bane saw the Brotherhood's emphasis on equality as a betrayal of true Sith principles, believing that only the strongest should rule. Bane's conviction led him to challenge Serac, the Academy's top student, to a duel, and Bane's victory earned him the utmost prestige among the Academy's leaders. However, his defiance against the Brotherhood's restrictions and his continued study of ancient Sith lore made him an outcast. A fateful ambush by Serac and his allies pushed Bane to fully embrace the dark side, killing Serac and rejecting the Brotherhood's authority. Motivated to uncover the true nature of the Sith, Bane traveled to the ancient world of Lahone. As he navigated through the thick, untamed jungles, he reached the Temple of the Ancients, a relic from the old Sith Empire. Inside the temple, Bane discovered a holocron constructed by the legendary Sith Lord Darth Revan that contained the Sith Lord's teachings on the dark side of the Force and his knowledge of ancient Sith rituals. This holocron became Bane's most prized possession, providing him with profound insights into the dark side that went beyond anything he had learned on Korriban. Deep within the temple's shadowed halls, Bane immersed himself in Revan's teachings. As he absorbed the dark wisdom contained within the holocron, he came to a pivotal realization about the Sith Order's future. It was here that he fully embraced the concept of the Rule of Two, the belief that only a master and an apprentice should exist at any given time, ensuring that the Sith would grow stronger with each generation. Fearing Bane's growing influence and potential to disrupt the Brotherhood's fragile unity, Lord Khan dispatched the skilled blade master Kasim to eliminate him. The two clashed in an epic duel amidst the ancient stone walls of the temple. Bane, harnessing the powerful dark energy that permeated the temple, narrowly escaped death and vanquished Kasim. Seizing the opportunity to further his plans, Bane sent a message to Khan. Not only did he inform the Sith leader of the assassin's demise, but he also laid the groundwork for a deadly trap, setting in motion a chain of events that would ultimately reshape the fate of the Sith. The Army of Light waged a campaign against the Sith, driving them from their worlds in the Outer Rim and Slice regions. Those who survived made their last stand on the Mid-Rim world of Ruusan. Here, the Jedi and Sith forces clashed in 7 brutal battles, each one a devastating encounter that saw thousands of warriors from both sides fall. As the conflict dragged on, doubt and discord spread through the Sith ranks, with many questioning Lord Khan's leadership. In a cunning move, Bane suggested in his message to Khan that he use the devastating ritual called the Thought Bomb, a powerful technique he had learned from Darth Revan's holocron. With his plans in motion, Bane traveled to Ruusan to spring this trap. Upon his arrival, Bane found the Brotherhood struggling against the relentless advances of the Jedi. Openly mocking Lord Khan, Bane proposed a dark ritual to channel the full power of the dark side. As the Sith gathered and Bane took on the central role, the ritual unleashed a ferocious inferno that drove the Jedi forces into retreat. Just when victory seemed within the Sith's grasp, Khan, overwhelmed by fear of the ritual's power, abruptly stopped it. He insisted on returning to conventional warfare, deeming the ritual too dangerous. Bane's fury knew no bounds, and his disdain for the Brotherhood's weakness was solidified. Determined to eradicate what he saw as a flawed and irredeemable order, Bane seized control. He ordered the Sith fleet to engage the Jedi in orbit. While on the ground, he manipulated Khan into employing the Thought Bomb to annihilate the Jedi forces. Khan, deceived into believing the Sith would survive the blast, ordered his followers into a cave. As the Jedi closed in, the Sith unleashed the Thought Bomb, a cataclysmic release of dark-side energy. The explosion tore through all Force-sensitive beings within its range, trapping their souls in a perpetual state of torment within a silvery orb. In the aftermath, the Jedi assumed the Sith had annihilated themselves. However, Bane, safely distanced from the blast, survived. Walking through the ravaged battlefield of Ruusan, he encountered a young Force-sensitive girl named Rain, consumed with anger after witnessing her friend's death at the hands of the Jedi. Recognizing her potential, Bane took her under his wing, naming her Darth Zana. Thus, the Rule of Two was born, heralding the rise of a new Sith Order. In the end, Darth Bane's defiance of the Brotherhood of Darkness wasn't just about rejecting their flawed vision. It was about embracing the truths of ancient Sith philosophy. The Brotherhood had strayed from the true nature of the Sith, lost in a misguided pursuit of equality and collective power. Bane, however, learned from Revan that the dark side thrives on strength, cunning, and the survival of the fittest. The Rule of Two, a doctrine that would ensure only the strongest Sith survived, became Bane's answer to the chaos and weakness he saw in the Brotherhood. Bane set the stage for a new era, one where the Sith would bide their time in the shadows, growing stronger with each generation. The dark knowledge the Brotherhood chose to ignore was the key to their downfall and the Sith's future resurgence to regain control of the galaxy. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Sith lore, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Let us know in the comments what other Star Wars stories you'd like us to explore. Until then, may the dark side be with you.